So I performed a test out here with the Deus 2 with the 9-inch coil and the Legend with the 11-inch coil, and I took this quarter here and buried it 5 or 4 inches deep in the ground here, because I can't really dig any deeper than 4 inches because the ground is so hard right now. This is the war zone, a lot of iron, and somebody wanted me to perform a test with the Anfibio in Gen Delta program, right? I'll show you what happens when I use the Gen Delta program in my backyard here, right? Or even ever anywhere in my soil. It's just such hot soil, right? And stock program here, right? Right. That's a really unstable machine, right? I can't do that for more than like 30 seconds before my freaking brain melts, right? If you're in Gen Delta mode, you don't want to be in iron. That's just too much. I'm going to lift my coil off the ground here to shut it up here. But when you're in Gen Delta mode, it's very sensitive to EMI. It's very sensitive to any type of metal in the ground. Ceramic, coke, hot rocks. If you have it in Gen Delta mode, it's just way too sparky, right? This machine, sure, it might work really good, like if you're in just like barren ground, like with no minerals in it. But I've never been able to use any Nokta machine in Gen Delta mode in my hot soil, and if you're in iron, there's just no way. It's just not possible, right? You just can't dial the metal detector in. It's just too sparky in Gen Delta, right? The stock program here. I'll put it in two-tone here, or that was this Gen Delta. Excuse me, this Gen Delta. That was two-tone. This is Gen Delta now here. Right, very slow recovery speed. And the thing with the Anfibio is you cannot adjust the recovery speed to in that whole equation there, right? You can drop the gain down, but that'll make it less sensitive to smaller targets. You can change your frequency, but that's going to affect your depth, and it's going to affect your your recovery speed a little bit. So there's just no way. There's no way to hunt like this in iron. It's just impossible, right? So three-tone, listen to this. These are just the stock programs, right? Nothing special. Now I'll throw the quarter right here, right on the surface. Show what it sounds like in two-tone. Gen Delta. See, when you're in Gen Delta program, see, it's just so sensitive, right? It's just so sensitive, man. It would drive you nuts. And it overloads, see? It overloads really easy. So I'll just bury it. I'll bury this quarter here. Just get on with the video here. Oh man, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get 4 inches deep here. It's not gonna even hit at 3 inches deep anyway. I already know it. All right there. Right, 3 inches. 3 inches deep right here. Right there. Right. Now I'll cover it. It's about 2.5 inches deep. It might hit it here. 2.5 inches deep in the iron. Right. Does it sound any different? This 2.5 inch deep quarter in the iron, does it sound any different from this stuff out here? That's what I want to know. Right. Look at the numbers. It's overloading. It's overloading on a piece of iron that I just swapped out at the surface there. Now I'll try a two-tone here. Make sure I'm over the target there, if I don't miss it. Okay. Yeah, it's hitting it. Two tones hitting it. Now three-tone. Smashes it. Three-tone will hit it. Four-tone will be too much. See, look at that. Overload. See, look at that. Overloads on it, right? It's overloading on the ground, right? Not hitting it in four-tone. Three-tone. And this is the stock settings here. This is the stock settings. Right. Four-tone is just too powerful too, right? It overloads on just small stuff right there. Three-tone. So it's pretty much this machine is only usable in my soil in three-tone, 20 kilohertz, pretty much 20 kilohertz at 89 gain. If I go any higher than that, it just wants to overload on my soil pretty much all times of the year, right? The Anfibio is a deep machine, you know. It's a good machine. It has a lot of coil options for it, but you just cannot adjust. There's not a lot of filters that you can adjust on here. You know, the recovery speed, it doesn't have gain on, it doesn't have an audio gain on it. It does have tone breaks, and you can notch with it if you really want to notch. And it has a lot of programs there, but the programs are just too powerful, right? Even with the smaller coils, I just find myself really having to work my coil a lot around targets because it's just such a noisy machine. It's a really sparky machine. You know, in three-tone, that's the only way I can dial this machine back to shut it up in my soil is three-tone, 20 kilohertz. If I put it in four-tone, or if I put it in 14 kilohertz, it'll work when it's dry out, but 5 kilohertz, no go. No go. No machine that I've ever used works good in my soil at 5 kilohertz or 4 kilohertz. No machine, right? It just doesn't do it. My soil just doesn't like the lower frequencies. Well, thank you for watching.